Good morning, everybody. Today is Thursday, July 17th, 2025, and we're here for a regularly scheduled work session. As we begin all of our meetings, we'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance, and we'll ask our town historian to lead us in the pledge today.
You don't have to stand.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The chair's right behind you.
Thank you, Georgette. And I'll just start by briefly saying the supervisor is out today. He had to attend a funeral for a family friend, so he's unable to attend work sessions. So we'll get started with announcements. The first thing is the Jamesport Fire Department Carnival is underway. They had the parade last night. It was a whopping success. They had a really nice turnout. The weather cooperated. It was really terrific. And the carnival continues through Saturday. The hours are 6 to 10 tonight, 6 to 11 tomorrow on Friday, and 6 to 11 on Saturday with fireworks at 10 p.m. So everybody should try to come out and support the fire department if they can. Also happening tomorrow, Friday, July 18th, is we have our Alive on 25 summer block party happening downtown Riverhead. Also going to be a great event. That's happening from 5 to 9 o'clock with a downtown crawl afterwards along various businesses on Main Street. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And then, of course, fireworks at 9 p.m. Anything else, Councilwoman, that you want to add to that?
No.
Live on 25? Okay.
I have something to add to that.
Okay, go ahead.
That's okay. So East End Arts also, actually this is July 18th, is going to have an artisan vendors and live music on their property. And I would say look forward to July 26th when Detour 6 will be back, which is an amazing art show.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bob. Also, Riverhead in Action, issue number 4, just dropped yesterday. So you can go online to the town website and click the link under Quick Links. And you can read all about what's been going on in the town of Riverhead, the various departments, and learn some interesting things about what's been going on. So it's a lot of work that goes into this, and we thank everybody involved with that for sure. Any of the council people have another announcement they want to add? Anybody?
No, I just said have a question that came
Sure.
up with the Chamber of Commerce this morning. At 9 p.m., are the roads then open again? The crawl is going to happen, but are the roads closed still or are they open?
Oh, that's a good question. They're going to remain.
We close for probably, I would say, probably till about 10:30ish.
Okay.
By the time the vendors leave it.
Okay, thank you, because
Okay.
that was a question that.
Yeah, that's a
members of
good
the chamber
point. So
came
just to
up.
clarify for the public, the roads will remain closed till 10 p.m. or so tomorrow night. The fireworks at 9 downtown, and the roads will stay closed. So folks are encouraged to park and then walk in.
Thank you.
Also, just to that, I'm sorry, yeah, just to that point, we'll just mention, we sent a media advisory out yesterday that the Peconic River west of Turquoise will be closed to boating traffic tomorrow night to accommodate the fireworks, which are going to be shot from a barge in the river. So that's the first time we're doing that. That's an exciting change.
Absolutely.
But it's just going to affect boaters if they had planned to come all the way to the riverfront and dock along the riverfront and attend Alive on 25. They'll have to just make an adjustment there to their plan.
July 22nd meeting.
We can also mention, sure, as many are probably aware, we have a special town board meeting happening on July 22nd, on Tuesday at 6 p.m. It's actually a town board and a CDA meeting combined. And there's going to be 2 public hearings on that day, and the notice is on the website and all the related information, so folks can go on and read about that. All right? I think that's it, right?
Thank you.
Okay, so we'll move on to our agenda. And the first thing we have is a really exciting topic today, and we're going to turn it over to Councilwoman Waski to talk to us about the special guest we have with us today, and then a Riverhead in Action video.
Thank you, Deputy Supervisor. We are in for a treat today. We are joined by Mrs. Arlene Doroszka. She is the widow of Dr. Doroszka, who is one of our original doctors here in the town of Riverhead. And we were given the opportunity to take a tour of the inside of her home. For those that do not know, this is the lady responsible for the beautiful roses on East Main Street, downtown Riverhead. So she's known as the Rose Lady. I have always seen her from afar since my childhood, taking care of your beautiful roses, and I finally had the opportunity to spend some time with you, and we'd like to show a video of what we did that day. So are you ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Hi, this is Tim Hubbard, supervisor of the great town of Riverhead, and you're watching Riverhead in Action, a media campaign designed to highlight the incredible work of the 350 plus employees that comprise Riverhead's 26 departments and sub-departments. Town events, projects, job openings, local businesses, and other town happenings. I hope you find this informative and enjoyable, and thank you for watching Riverhead in Action.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Riverhead in Action. Today I had the privilege of visiting the home of Dr. Doroszka. We were invited in by his wife Arlene to have a tour of this home. Most people only know this as the beautiful home on East Main Street with the beautiful roses. I had the opportunity to go inside, take a look around. It's absolutely beautiful. Everything dates back to the early 1900s. Arlene was wonderful today. It was a pleasure to spend some time with her. And I'd like to take you now for a tour inside of this beautiful home. Hello, Mrs. Doroszka. How are you?
Welcome.
Councilwoman Joanne Waski, how are you today?
Oh, hanging in there as usual.
Thank you for this opportunity today. So what can you tell me about this beautiful home?
Well, let's see, I was married into this home on February 4th, 1961. My husband bought this in 1933 and practiced medicine.
And what year was the house built?
1902.
Wow, wow.
My husband went to Villanova, graduated Villanova in 1926.
Villanova, wow, what a great school. Oh, look at this. Villanova magazine.
He used to have his own x-ray, his own fluoroscope.
Which was big back in the
Well, that was,
first doctor to have
there was
that.
no hospital until 1951.
Wow.
My husband used to make house calls at night,
My,
deliver babies at home, complete care. Even put, because he had the x-ray under the closet near the office, and he would have to develop his own x-rays.
what is your favorite thing about this home?
Everything.
Everything. That's beautiful. I remember as a little girl seeing you outside taking care of your roses. Everyone in Riverhead knows you as the Rose Lady.
I know.
A beautiful home on East Main Street with the roses. Will you tell us the secret to your roses?
One of them is MgSO4,
MgSO4.
magnesium sulfate,
Oh, okay.
Epsom salt.
I would never have guessed that. Wow. Okay. Very good. Well, they are beautiful.
Yes.
They really are. And I can't wait to go outside and see them today.
In the middle room, where I call the English room because of the furniture, is my mother and father's wedding present for January 1917, an old-fashioned kerosene lamp.
Wow. And I understand that this home was built before there was like electrical equipment, you know, like a power saw. It was done all by hand.
That building, that brick building out there was built for a gas generator.
Wow. I love this china closet. This is absolutely beautiful.
Well, a lot of this is old, and I'm delighted. Some of the things I've added new, but this furniture was from 1933,
1933.
and my husband and I did all the needlepoint.
You did the needlepoint?
Yes.
Wow.
This is the original crystal lamp. And that is the...
Is it original?
Yeah, and I did the home, and we did it in needlepoint.
That's needlepoint. Wow. Oh, and that's beautiful. Wow. How long did it take you to do that?
I don't know.
I'm sure a very long time.
And of course, there's his bag.
I love that. Oh my goodness. So he would get up in the middle of the night and make house calls, deliver babies in the middle of the night, grab the bag, show up and save the day. Is this a photo of you?
Yes.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Stunning. You were quite the looker. Dr. Doroszka was a very lucky man.
No, I was lucky.
Well, you both were lucky then.
God gave us our memories so we would have roses in December.
Ah, I love that. I'll always remember you saying that. That's beautiful. Well, everything that I've seen today has been beautiful, especially the gold phone on the side of your bed. Every woman should have a gold phone. Okay, wonderful. It was so good to see you today. Thank you.
I'm delighted.
Very nice.
The only thing I can say is God gave us our memories so we would have roses in December.
That's right. Thank you very much for that lovely day. It was a beautiful day, and it was such a wonderful experience to see the world through your eyes and through your home, and we appreciate you letting us into your home.
Well, I loved the home. I loved the owner of it first. And I happen to love a doctor. Other ones, no. Yes. He could sew me up. He could do anything. If I could cut, come in the office.
That's right.
And when you think that he used to do his own x-rays and develop them, under the stairway there was a sink, and you needed the dark room, so that was the dark room. He would do his own x-rays, read them, and then take care of the patient.
Wow,
Wonderful.
incredible.
Nowadays, there's
When
all
you
these
think-
specialists.
When you think
Of
that
course.
he would deliver a baby, sew somebody up, take care of a night call.
Yeah.
Whenever the phone would ring or anybody would come in, they would be taken care of.
Well, your husband was a very special person and a great member of the community of Riverhead.
He, to me, well, he was pretty special. But when you think that back in 1933, he took care of my brother Frank and my grandmother in South Jamesport.
And that's how you met, if I remember correctly, right?
Yeah.
Through your brother, when he was taking care of your brother? Yeah. See, it was meant to be. Well, thank you very much for joining us today. And to your friend Georgette, our town historian, thank you for being here as well today.
And Georgette, did you want to offer any additional information or context on the historical aspect of the house? I'm sure you have a treasure trove of information on that house.
Mrs. Doroszka did invite me to visit with her, and she did take me on a tour of the house, and it was spectacular. As to Dr. Doroszka, I was having an asthma attack, and he knew exactly what to do. He came in the middle of the night and gave me some kind of medicine intravenously, and he stayed until at least noontime to see that I was okay.
Wow.
Wonderful.
Very special.
Well, now I laugh when I see a sign, ankle and foot, and I wonder, is it left foot or right foot? Or ankle or left? When he used to take care of any problem.
That's wonderful.
We
good.
need doctors like that again.
Absolutely. Well, thank you both very much for being here today, and thank you, Mrs. Doroszka, for making your home available and allowing us all to come in and see what a wonder it is. And we have it. We have that video. That'll be on our town website forever. So 50 years from now, folks can take a tour of your beautiful home.
Well, thank you for all of your kindnesses and expertise.
Okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you for being here.
Very nice.
All right.
Great.
Okay.
We're going to move on to our next item on our agenda, and for that we'll ask Police Chief Frost to come forward and review the last 2 months' worth of monthly reports. It's going to be May and June. We'll just give these folks a second to
I'll be all right as soon as I get my feet.
head out.
Thank you for your.
All righty, bye-bye. Thank you very much.
Pleasure to meet you. Great.
This is a bad case of the shingles,
Oh.
and I would not put this on my worst enemy.
Oh, boy. Okay, well, feel better.
It's even destroyed my eyebrow.
Oh, okay. All right, well,
But
hang in there.
anyway, I can be grumpy about you.
I would say so. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Such a beautiful person. She really is.
Okay, everybody has 2 months worth, right, of
Yes.
reports? Morning, Chief.
Hello, how you doing?
Hi.
Good morning.
We're doing great. We haven't seen you in a while because we missed a month,
Yes.
so we have to catch up here.
Yeah. In general, we've been doing pretty well. I know Councilman Kern was concerned with our revenues collected, which obviously in May, you can see we jumped up to almost 20,000. We had a intern that was able to process the alarm billing fees.
Oh, great.
So, and you'll see in June it'll be a lot more. So, incidents, 136 criminal incidents. There's been a trend, on the East End. I've talked to several East End police chiefs, and I think the city just came out with numbers that, the crime statistics are dropping a little bit, so, which is a good trend. I can't take full credit for it. I think it's just the area wise. So, I know you guys, it was, in May, there was one non-fatal overdose. It was a 54-year-old woman. We, gave 2 doses of Narcan for that one. You have any questions in regards to May?
Chief, one question. When you talk about criminal incidents, is there anything that the public should be aware of or looking out for, when it comes to that, or is...
I don't really see a trend in any specific crime.
Okay.
I don't see it at all.
Okay.
Some of our biggest is probably still, shoplifting. As you can see in May, we had 33, we had 30 in April, and the other crimes are all, other larceny as well is 11. So that's a lot of, people.
So with rape tyranny, if you get caught 3 times now, it becomes a higher crime? The same person, shoplifting?
Yeah, we've been working with them, and it actually gets into be a burglary, which is a felony, so they can actually do over a year in jail if they're convicted of it. So it's not, it depends on the person, his background, his criminal history and stuff.
Okay.
So,
Chief, I have one question.
Sure.
With regard to the new marijuana dispensaries that have been opened up, is there any increase in driving while impaired with drugs?
not that I'm seeing. It's still usually, there's definitely not a big increase in that specific. Still mostly alcohol. We do get the impaired, sporadically. So,
Okay.
and obviously we do have our DRE, and obviously we're looking to get more, but the classes only come up certain times. So,
Okay, that's good to know.
yep.
I mean, not about the classes, but about
Yes.
the fact that it hasn't risen.
Yeah. All right.
How is Harbor Patrol making out? I know it's their busy season. They're doing okay out there?
We're doing well. We're filling it with our offices. I'm working with personnel. The person that I've hired is actually cleared, so we're trying to get him to into a town board resolution to, fully, hire him.
Okay.
Yep.
That's good.
Um,
Okay, June?
June. Okay.
Can we do that resolution on Tuesday?
Probably would be the next meeting.
Yes, I
in
believe
August.
actually he's gonna come in for other personnel matters, so, but he's cleared his background check.
Great.
June, crimes went up a little, it's obviously the weather, getting nicer, went up to 150. The big thing with this is 2024 in June, we're on the same reporting system now. So, using the same parameters, so in 2024 was 222, we're down to 150.
Wow, that's big.
So that's a good model right now, so that's good. As well as, Bob, you can, look at the revenues, most of that's alarm billing, and I'd like to thank the town attorney's office. They've been diligent with processing, working with the person who violated the section and, getting fees collected.
Great.
So Danielle Hurley's been doing a great job with that.
That's such a huge increase from year over year. That's terrific.
Yes. Well, we had a lower month. When we have an intern, so it was great. She processed it. She helped us process all that. For June, we had another non-fatal overdose. It's a female, 49 years of age, and EMS administered a dose of Narcan for that. So like I said, there's a big, I like the criminal incidents being lower, obviously, and then now we're on the same, moving forward, we're going to be on the same reporting system, which is a big plus. That's pretty much it. Because
I also think, get list of officers, but I think RVAC also informed us that some of your officers over the past 2 months have participated in CPR saves as well. And so, gotta continuously commend the officers. So, got great staff over there that are, generally sometimes
Yeah.
first on scene until RVAC arrives, the paramedic arrives to take over, but
yeah, I generate letters routinely for if a citizen calls in or I hear of an incident. I look into the background, and I write letters of appreciation to all the officers that were there.
so let us know. But that's great. They're doing great work, so very proud.
And I don't know if it's brought up, but I did hire 5 additional public safety dispatchers. They all started
Oh, fantastic.
Good.
So we're full crew now.
full. It's a little tight in there right now.
That's the way we want
A
it.
little tight in there, but yeah.
Chief, and the National Night Out is what day again?
August 5th from 5 to 8, I believe, in the town square. We're doing a little differently. A lot of the other departments have done, we used to go out to individual communities. The thought was to bring it all into one area, and I think the PBA, the SOA are donating like hot dogs to cook. We have another organization that's bringing an ice cream truck. So there's, I think the Rotary's doing something as well. So it'll all be in one spot.
That's great.
Excellent.
Makes sense to do it that way, that's great. All right, good. Thanks, Chief,
Chief.
appreciate you
work.
coming in.
See you later. Have a good day.
Have a
You
good
too.
day.
Thank you. Okay, next up we have the monthly report from Code Enforcement. Maybe we'll jump to Justice Court, since I see Justice Court here, and we'll do Code Enforcement in a little bit. Come on. Are you doing code for Richie? Oh, I didn't know that. I thought we were waiting on Richie. Okay, all right. Sorry for the confusion then. Morning, Counselor.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, so Rich had to run out for an investigation.
Okay.
So I'm covering the code report. The false alarm fees mentioned by the chief. I just want to say that Victoria and Danielle both done a great job with that. I think they've just about completed a list of false alarm fees going back years and getting everybody current.
Good.
So, yeah.
That's
yeah,
great.
very-
That's big.
Yeah, It's been pretty impressive how quickly they moved through that list.
And do you want to just explain for the public, just in case people aren't aware what that means exactly?
Yeah, so under the town code, you're required to have, fire alarm notification systems. When there's a malfunction or a false alarm and the fire department responds, each property gets, I think it's 2 free ones. And then if there's continued false alarm responses, they get charged. PD tracks those and sends out bills to the various, commercial businesses that they go to. And eventually, if those false alarm fees don't get paid, they refer it to my office, and usually myself, Victoria, or Danielle will, contact the owner, send them a letter, and work out a payment plan. Usually, because once the false alarm fees build up, they're usually somewhat substantial.
We also, is it in coordination with Frez as well for the western side of Wading River, that's still Town of Riverhead, that are dispatched by Frez? Are we, for the multiple alarms, is that still being notified through Riverhead Police Department as
That
well,
would
to make sure
be-
we're getting our fees?
My assumption would be yes, but
Okay.
you would have to confirm that with PD, because
Okay.
we just get the outstanding balances. How they bill it out and track everything is.
Just don't know if it's strictly going through dispatch, that's who's keeping track of it.
Yeah,
We
I
can
mean,
confirm that for you.
I mean,
We'll
we've,
check with PD
we've,
for you.
we've had commercial entities that are in Wading River that we're, working out payment plans and things for their outstanding fees. So I would assume yes.
Good.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll confirm that.
Thanks.
All right, great.
Okay. All right, so Rich gave me a consolidated report for May and June. Just kind of an overview. New complaints opened over the course of the 2 months is 139. Among them, we have 21 no building permit complaints, 7 noise ordinance ones, 6 for no rental permit, 9 relating to zoning use violations. Not too many high grass and weeds, which is good to see because this is usually the time of year where we get that a lot. I know there are properties out there that could use a little trim here and there. So if anybody sees those and wants to send them over to code, please do. And how we typically treat those is we don't just go out and immediately write violations. We give the owner an opportunity to get the weeds and grass knocked down, and then if they're not responsive or something, then code will go out and issue violations. Over May and June, we issued total summonses of 101, including 17 for no CO, unsafe buildings and structures 10, unregistered vehicles. Those are the highest count ones. Other ones are other various violations for either clearing or clearing without a permit, excavations without a permit, that sort of thing. We had 1 referral from code for potential Supreme Court action. That is still under further investigation and review. So if and when there's an appropriate time to bring it to the board for potential resolution authorizing the litigation, that'll happen then. And with our rental codes, revenue collected over May and June, we have $63,875, and that brings year-to-date as of the end of June to $210,250. That's kind of the code enforcement summary. If there's any other issues that the board wants to address or ask me about, I'd be happy to answer.
I had questions from the public regarding the home on Wading River Manor Road, and Assistant Town Attorney PILO had said that is now in the appellate division. We're waiting a decision on that case, is that right?
Yeah, so Victoria did a great job. The judge in Supreme Court held a hearing on our application for a preliminary injunction. We waited a couple weeks for a decision from the judge. He issued that decision, granted our preliminary injunction with some pretty strong words for the defendant, indicating that they were willfully violating town code and I think he said willfully flouting the town code. And so we got the preliminary injunction. The defendant filed an appeal of that decision with the second department and made a motion for a stay of the judge's order, which requires you to travel into Brooklyn and you conference with a law clerk in the appellate division, and they review the application that's before them. So Victoria went in for that and successfully opposed their application for a stay, or application for an immediate stay. So the motion for a stay is still pending, but typically the appellate division will deny that motion if they didn't give you the immediate relief.
Right.
So it's not 100%, but that's typically how it goes. And so we're just kind of waiting there. Otherwise, I believe if their stay is not granted, the house has to be vacated by the end of this month.
Right, July 31st,
Yes.
I believe. That's great news.
Yeah, yeah. Just want to stress that Victoria did a great job on
Yes,
that.
thank you
So
very
it's-
much.
It's a lot of
Yes.
work
Excellent.
preparing for
Yes.
a hearing over in Supreme Court. So you have to meet with witnesses, prepare testimony, then cross-examine the witnesses that the other side brings based on the judge's decision. There's no way you could say she didn't do an excellent job. It was really good. And then to oppose the motion at the appellate level, there's usually a very tight time frame on that, and you have to put in pretty extensive and detailed papers. So she did a great job on that too.
Great, very good. Thank
All right,
you.
can you, and thank you, Victoria, and your whole department on that. Can you do an update on where, if people are wondering what's happening with Crown, and also what's happening with I guess it's the Patriot, what's going on that property as well? I mean, we get a lot of calls on that.
Okay, so I'll start with Crown, and I mentioned this a little bit earlier this week at the town board meeting, but we did have a roundtable with Suffolk County Department of Health and the DEC, and we had on our side code enforcement, fire marshals, myself, and Frank Mancini. And discussing Crown, my understanding is that Crown has retained an environmental consultant for the remediation of the property and cleanup of the material that's been burned up. There's very strict guidelines on that. Their consultant, I believe, is Rowe Environmental, and they essentially manage it for them. And so everything that was in the structures that are destroyed or burned, that will all need to be removed, and it's all tracked by Rowe and checked by the DEC with what's going in, how much is going out, where it's going, and so that because the structures are burned, their intake of municipal solid waste is suspended indefinitely, and they need a structure for further receipt of municipal solid waste. So that's not going to be part of their operation until the burned up trash that they had there is all taken out and the building is demolished and a new one is put in its place. So that's going to be some time. Now, under their DEC permit, they're also permitted to bring in a certain amount of yard waste and construction debris. That is all on a separate part of the parcel that was, according to the DEC, unaffected by the fire. So that part of their operation can continue. Right now, subject to the cubic yardage restrictions that are imposed pursuant to the permit.
So, and Patriot, and please correct me if I'm wrong on this, but when somebody does mulching, they can mulch up to, I think it's 300 cubic yards at a time?
So there's two different tracks here. There's what's required under the DEC's Part 360 regulations, and that for intake of like compost material mulch is 3,000 cubic yards annually.
3,000.
That's the limit before you need to get a registration from the DEC, and a registration allows you to take in 3,000 to 10,000 cubic yards. And then if you're going over 10,000 cubic yards, that is requires a permit from the DEC. And now, under our town code, that's Chapter 229, we have, in general, everybody needs 229 permit for importation, exportation, or clearing and grading. There's an exemption for agricultural properties up to 3,000 cubic yards per year. That is, but that requires ongoing agricultural production. So agricultural production, in fact, that the imported material is supportive of. That right now, in my interpretation, they do not qualify for because there is no ongoing agricultural production there. So they were issued a stop work order by code enforcement. That occurred, I forget which day it was, but they did violate it that night, so code enforcement went back. They will be receiving violations both for the 229 importation without a permit. They're going to get, I think, 2 of those, one for what's come on there before and what they brought on after the stop order was violated. They'll get a violation for violating the stop order, and they'll get violations for unpermitted use.
Do we have an idea, who's tracking, and is there a tracking mechanism to get to the 3,000 cubic yards? We don't know if they're under or over.
So the DEC, my understanding, has been out there a number of times to check that. Now, there's a what they consider to count towards your 3,000 cubic yards. It's not the entirety of the truckload. So if you have a 100 cubic yard truckload, a certain percentage is considered the compost, and then another percentage is considered the bulking material. Whatever you're bulking it with doesn't count towards your 3,000 cubic yards. So if it's 50-50, which wouldn't, according to the DEC, be an ideal mix, but if it's 50-50, only 50 cubic yards of that 100 cubic yard trailer would count towards your 3,000 cubic yards. Does that make sense?
No, it does, but
Okay.
is the DEC looking, are they monitoring each load? Because if is the question, because how much bulking material is there now?
So,
you know,
so Patriot is supposed to be keeping records of all the truckloads, of where it originates, what's in it, where it goes, how much it is. They told me that they can ask Patriot for that pretty much whenever they want. So when we met with them earlier this week, I asked them, to please ask
Great.
for it and forward it to me.
thank you.
Okay.
Excellent job.
Great.
Yep, really good. Yep.
Thank you, appreciate it.
I'm sure the public is that concerned public are very thankful as well.
Yeah.
For what you're doing.
I hope so.
Okay, next up, Mr. Clerk, matters surrounding the monthly town clerk report. And that'll cover, of course, May and June.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I get the 2 months worth. Well, basically, you have the reports. It's pretty cut and dry. It's just the FOIA requests were up a little bit more in June than they were in May, up to almost 300 the FOIA requests, which isn't. We're hoping that the next request software that we have will go into. We're going to start using that probably in the next few weeks. So I think that will help. We're hoping. Everything's with Civic Plus is all networked together, and we're slowly polishing all that up, which is really nice. It's very exciting in our office, actually. Fishing licenses, marriage licenses are all up. Births are up. We had 30 births in June alone, so that was pretty good. And correspondences are up in June with what's going on in the town and people weighing in on different areas that we're working on. That's basically it, but the big thing in the clerk's office, we have a new Spanish interpreter or bilingual clerk. She's in her 3rd week now. She's coming along nicely. She's very good with the public. So.
She's great. I met her.
Yeah, she is
She's
great.
really great.
Yeah.
It's good.
And
So
she seems to be enjoying it,
Yep.
I
Yeah.
think, from what
Yeah.
she says.
and what's really not to love in my office. you know,
I mean,
it's
getting to work with you, Jim, is obviously a prize for everybody. What, can you just confirm her hours, just so people are aware? Because I know
Yeah,
she's...
she works 11 to 2:30 every day.
So it's 5 days a week, but 11 to 2:30?
11 to
Okay.
2:30. And I work with the staff a lot. Sometimes she has 2 young children, so sometimes she might say, can I come a little earlier? But she's always there in the midday.
But more or less in the middle of the day.
And the bulk of we get a lot of walk-ins. I mean, we could really have a very busy day, but most of that is geared around lunches. Between 11 and 1 is when
Right.
most people, when they're out for their lunch, they're going to.
Right, they run over to town hall.
Right,
Try to take care
with
of
the
something.
licensing going on with the state, with the real license and the enhanced licenses, they need copies of birth records and marriage records and all of that. So
Right.
a lot of them come in on their lunch hour to get that done. So it's good that she's there to help with that.
Good.
We are going over to Civic Plus for the agenda management, which we're still working out
Yep.
some kinks. Not really kinks, it's just a learning curve.
Right.
You know, it's just trying to adjust over. So I'll be working again with the minutes today. I thought I finished them yesterday, but I found that there's a different way to do it, so.
And Jim ran his portion of the town board meeting the other day from the laptop. That's the first time that's ever been done, right? So you
Right.
did all of your...
It was, and now I'm fixing it.
Yeah, well, and he had his deputy with him doing the paper backup in case the electronic one didn't work out. But that was a good test, right? You guys?
Yeah, it is, and there's some nuances,
Yeah.
because we like to put the movers and seconders ahead of time, so that sometimes creates a motion that I have to, so it's just
Right.
working out semantics so that we can.
But ultimately,
someone
the
has-
goal is for you to be able to manage your meeting in real time electronically, right? From
And
the
that-
platform,
that's
from
a
the
li-
Zoom platform.
yeah,
That's
I
the
pushed
goal.
the button, it's a
right?
live meeting. It's
Yeah.
a live meeting.
So that's a great thing.
And the good thing is that there's a board portal. So let's say you're on vacation, or let's say you're in a different area. You can actually join the meeting, and live meeting, and actually weigh in and vote.
And that would be noticed accordingly. That's a whole thing.
Yeah,
That
I
would be
mean,
done
so
in a
that
formal
board
capacity,
portal is
but
there,
in
so
concept, that
the
would be done.
concept's there,
Yeah.
and we're able to do that now, so you'll be able to weigh in and be on it. But we're excited about all of it, and I'm excited. I can't wait to get back and start. I tell you, our IT is next to none. Riverhead has one of the best IT sections around. But I was talking with Chip today, and we were going through how we could clean up the minutes, and we figured out a way to. And so I can't wait to go.
Yeah, the way IT and the town clerk's office have been collaborating in the rollout of this new program, in terms of the lead up to the rollout,
Right.
and then the actual accomplishing the rollout and helping all the different departments get acclimated and comfortable with the program has really been terrific.
It almost seems seamless, actually. I mean, it was some
Yeah.
people that, I mean, they really got,
You guys really have been,
well, they're younger than me, so.
your
I mean,
whole
they were
team
raised
really
on
has been
computers,
excellent
yes.
together with IT on
Yeah.
that. So it's really, and that's been a big lift, a big thing.
And my deputy, Vanessa, has been right on top of it.
Yep.
You know, she's been,
Carol as well. I mean, your team has been great, so we thank you for that. And we appreciate your enthusiasm for getting into the new program. Because
I love it.
I know, we know you love it, and that's great.
well,
We love that you love it.
I like it, well, because it's going to be so much easier for the public to go
I
ahead and
know,
find out
yeah.
exactly what was
Right.
said and when it was said and how it was written and
Yep.
how it was prepared. And
No, it's
a
great.
lot of times people are reactionary to something they heard. Well, listen to how it was said, maybe you'll understand the reaction.
Yep.
So it's much better that way. It's much more
Good.
clear, it's much more transparent, so.
Good.
Thank you.
All right,
And I
Jim.
appreciate you, Joanne. She came in and did a little interview with my office a couple weeks ago, so that went really well too.
Good.
Yeah.
You
we'll
were all
have
over
that-
town.
have
You
that
like
up
the
in-
Riverhead
That's a
action.
future Riverhead in action
Yeah, Riverhead action. person.
clip coming soon.
I always wanted to be on General Hospital, so this is like the next best.
I remember Dr. Doroszka very well as a teenager, and his wife. She still walks Main Street. It's in her house. I didn't realize the outside of her house is immaculate.
Right.
So the inside matches that. So.
Yep.
I'll tell you, the video, nothing for you, Justin, you did a great job, but it just doesn't do the house justice. It's really, to see it in person, it's just...
I can't even imagine. I go by it every day.
Yeah.
So it's encouraging.
All right, Jim.
Well, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
And last, certainly not least, matter surrounding monthly Justice Court report with Counselor PILO. Good morning.
Good morning. Here comes good news, I know.
Yeah, no bad news
No,
for me, I don't think. I hope not. So total fines for June were 45,000, May was 29,000, so it was a 57% increase between May and June. Just means there were more dispositions in June. Blight mitigation in May, it's around 19,580, June 33,415. And everything else is listed, I think, on the version that you guys have for June. I didn't give a grand total.
Yes,
So
you
yeah, so that's the 45,880, sorry. What else? So I had quite a few jail sentences, quite a few jail breakouts, which I'll explain to you if you don't know. Some individuals, if they have a couple of priors, the judge will give them a conditional discharge to not pick up another open alcohol. They generally do pick up another one within a week, not even a year, and then they're kind of married to the original jail sentence that was promised. And then you can, go from there. So there were a few of those. I had a couple of trials, one of them being a front yard parking trial, which that kind of goes along with it's basically indicative of an overcrowded house. So when there's front yard parking, there's usually means that there are illegal tenants there. So we start off with the front yard parking trial. If they have other tickets on a different docket that's related to it, we approach those on a different day. But it's one way to kind of put some pressure on the homeowner to comply with the town code. You'll see that fire marshals are finally, not so much in May, because that's when it started out, but now the fire marshals, I'm able to do that misdemeanor to violation amendment so that you can see more clearly that the fire marshals those tickets are getting resolved. I've been in conversations with Councilman Kern about increasing some fines that have been a little bit antiquated. So we've done some here and there, but Bob makes a very good point that, there are three reasons why we ask for fines. One being it's a deterrent, so that they stop the activity. Another is we have to keep current with the times. A lot of them are older than 2015. Inflation rate since 2015 has been around 30%, so we want to kind of have that match with the times. And also for the fine to match the severity. So we're looking at just a few to name off because I'm compiling a list.
Great.
Chapter 289, the weight limit restrictions, we want to see those go up. Right now, they're only $250 for a first offense, $500 for a second. I think, being able to take care of the roads and all the things that go with that, the fine should definitely be reflective of that. Chapter 301, which is all of your site plan type offenses, that's still at 0 to 1,000. I'd like to see the floor raised a little bit on that, because obviously that hasn't been refreshed in a while. And another one, for example, is unpermitted storage of explosives. That's $250 to 1,000. I think, the fine should match the risk on that. So those are the three that I believe myself and Councilman Kern have been looking at that we'll start off, and then we'll keep digging through the code and seeing what needs to be refreshed.
That's great, because it's been years and years since some of these fines have been looked at.
Yeah. So just little by little, because as you know, all of these, we have to do the public hearings, so we kind of have to, work through it. But I think 3 at a time going forward should be manageable.
It would be great, and I really, it's great working with you, Victoria. I know this is, you have to hunt for these. Because there's no, you just can't build fines and then everything populates.
Yeah.
But I think the goal, not only with your department, but with other departments, is to have a spreadsheet that we can look at in the end of November,
Right.
and add CPI to it so that it becomes automatic, so that attorneys in the future, town boards in the future, never have to go through this again where something hasn't been changed
Right.
in 20 or 30 years.
So that's what I have.
And you did a lot of work, thank you.
No problem. So, got some things going on in, as you heard, a few
Yeah.
different courts.
Thank you very much. You did a great job on
Thank
that
you.
case. I'm confident you're going to win there too.
I appreciate that. Thanks. So that's what I have for the last 2 months.
Okay.
So until next time.
All right, great.
Good.
Thank you
Doing
very
well.
much.
Thanks.
Today's your day, Victoria.
Yeah.
Feels like it.
All right, thank you, everybody. So that concludes our open session agenda. In a moment, we'll go into executive session to discuss one item, possible litigation with Councilors Howard and Hurley. And that is it. We amended the agenda, so that's the only thing we'll have on the docket there. What, you giving me a look? What is the problem? Oh, right. Good thought. So we wanted to just mention, we were discussing with our town historian, and next year, as everybody knows, America turns 250 years old. So next year, July 4th, 2026, is going to be a big deal, obviously, across the country, and we want to celebrate acutely here in the town of Riverhead. So we are going to be forming a committee, America 250 Committee, the details of which we're going to put out in a flyer tomorrow, Friday. But we're inviting the public to consider taking a look at that and consider participating in some capacity on that committee. So we're going to have folks from within Town Hall participating. Of course, the town historian Georgette has a lot of good ideas about what that celebration might look like next year here at the town. So she'll be involved as well, and we're encouraging folks from outside of Town Hall to consider participating. So folks can keep an eye out for that. As I said, we're going to put the flyer out tomorrow. Town board can circulate it as well, of course. We're looking for a lot of ideas and a lot of enthusiasm around what should be a really great event next year. All right?
I'm excited.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be great. Thank you for the recall on that, Debbie. I had forgotten that. All right, so with that, I'll ask for a first and a second to go into executive session.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? So moved. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a good day.